Good evening. I hope you can hear this okay. I'm further away from the camera than I was yesterday. So this evening I'm going to guide you through a practice that's all on the floor, because I don't know about you, but I feel like lying down at the end of the day for 15 or 20 minutes. Move the body a little bit in a way that perhaps it hasn't done today would be really useful. And grounding, we can stay low and invite a feeling of safety and comfort into the body. So I'll move with you when we move, but to begin with, I'm going to invite you to lie down. So before you lie down, you may need a belt. If you don't have a belt, you can use a scarf or like a long sock or a long sleeve t-shirt. Anything that you're going to be able to wrap around your foot when we're lying down and hold on to. So I'll give you a minute to go and grab a belt or something similar if you need to. Oh, I guess you can pause it because it's a video. So you can pause now and go and get belts. And then it may be nice to have a blanket to pop under your head while you're lying down to begin with. So the blanket can be at the end of your mat, and just to pop under your head, just for comfort. So lie down. I suggest that you lie down on your back and have your arms out to the side of your body with the palms facing up. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just find a position that is comfortable for the arms and the hands. And then just take a moment. You can close the eyes if you feel happy to do so. Or just soften the gaze. And take a moment to just notice the feeling of the body on the ground beneath you. I'm going to guide you through a simple breathing practice just to encourage a fluid and full breath to move through the body before we begin to move gently. So as you inhale now, I'm going to invite you to imagine that you're inhaling from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. As you exhale, just invite the exhale to leave the body naturally. For the next few breaths, just keep the focus on inhaling from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head, and on the exhale, a release. And now working with the exhalation in the opposite direction. So as you exhale, breathing out from the crown of the head all the way down to the soles of the feet. feels comfortable, continuing this. Inhale from the soles of the feet all the way to the crown of the head. And exhaling from the crown of the head all the way back down to the soles of the feet. Inhaling from the feet to the top of the head. Exhaling, top of the head to soles of feet. And I invite you to repeat this a few more times, maybe for the next 30 seconds or so. As you inhale, invite a feeling of lightness into the body. And each time you exhale, a feeling of comfort and safety. Inhaling light and exhaling comfort. As you breathe now, on the inhalation, I invite you to imagine that the breath moves beyond the crown of the head at the top of the inhale into that infinite space above you. And with each exhalation, imagining as if the breath moves out beyond the soles of the feet into the infinite space beyond them. An inhalation up through the crown of the head into the space above you. And an exhale down through the soles of the feet into the space below and beyond you. Take a few more breaths like this as long as it feels comfortable. Lightness on the inhalation and comfort with the exhale. And then very gently you can let go of any effort over the breathing. And just take a few breaths with the breath moving freely and naturally through the body. From here we're going to begin to move. So you can keep the blanket under your head for now if it feels good, if it's more comfortable. And then from your position of lying down, just begin to bring the feet to the floor so the knees are bent. And then draw the knees in towards you and just give the knees a hug in. Hug the knees in. Maybe you can roll gently from left to right. And then just place the feet back on the floor. Take the feet long with the legs down. Take the arms over the head. lengthen. And exhale to release. And then bring the feet back up and draw the knees into the chest and give yourself another hug. From here, take the hands up towards the ceiling, the sky, and take the feet up towards the sky as well. So the legs don't have to be straight, you can keep a bend in the knees, but keep the tops of the feet more or less parallel to the ceiling. So from here, you're going to inhale in this position, and as you exhale, draw the knees in as the hands come down by the side of the body. Inhaling to reach up, hands and feet. Exhaling, knees in, arms down by the side. Inhaling, reach, pushing the heels away from you. Exhaling, arms by the side, knees in. One more time, inhaling, reaching through the hands, pushing through the heels. And this time we're going to pause here. So make sure the shoulders are down on the ground beneath you. Keep pushing gently through the heels. You can always bring the toes towards your face for more of a little stretch down the back of the legs. Notice what's happened to the breathing. You can invite that full, fluid breath into the body. And then take the arms over the head, interlace the fingers, and push the palms away from you as you stretch through the heels and through the palms of the hands. And take a few breaths here. And perhaps wiggle the toes now, and rotate the ankles one way. Keep reaching through the palms of the hands. Ankles can go the other way. And then draw the knees into the chest, arms down by the side. Now you need your belt or your scarf or whatever you have. You're going to keep your left leg bent and loop the thing you have around the ball of your foot. And hopefully you can have your elbows on the floor. So we're trying to not hold any tension in our shoulders or our arms or our hands. Really the belt's just there as a bit of a guide. So you can always wrap whatever you have around the hands. And then you're just going to keep pushing that heel away from you. Make sure that the left knee isn't fallen out to the side, and keep a feeling of connection to the ground through the tailbone, through the lower back. Keep pushing that right heel away. Again, you don't have to have the legs straight, there can be a bend in the knee, but keep that foot more or less parallel to the ceiling. We're going to hold it here for a few more breaths. And then from here, you can just take the other foot, your left foot, into the strap. Take your right foot to the floor, and then push that left heel away from you. So soften the grip of the hands, like try not to really grip the belt. Some people are really gripping it. So loosen the grip of the hands, loosen the shoulders, you can smile. Try not to grimace too much. And then just pushing that left heel away from you. You can bend the knee if you need to. Keeping that connection through the tailbone to the ground. So you're not lifting the pelvis. The pelvis is nice and heavy, lower back stable. You're going to hold it here for a couple more breaths. So if you can push that heel away from you just a little bit more. And then bring that knee towards you, unhook whatever the thing your breath. And allow the legs and the lower body to be gentle with the movement. This isn't a dynamic twist. Keep working with the breath, inhaling to center and exhaling over. And now inhale the knees to center, and when they're next there, bring the knees into the chest. Take a nice breath in here, and as you exhale, take the knees over to the right hand side. So we're going to pause here for a moment. So with the knees to the right, notice what's happened to the left arm and shoulder. If it's really, if the left shoulder is lifted quite a bit, just move that left arm down towards the side of your body a bit more. Invite the shoulder to rest, it doesn't need to touch the floor. And then invite the lower body, the hips, the legs, the knees, feet to relax. And if they move as they relax, then that's totally fine. They don't need to stay stuck on top of each other. If it feels okay, you can turn the head to the left, the opposite side of the knees. And then we're just going to take a few breaths here. So noticing that the left side of the upper body is more open now. You can inhale space into the left side of the body. And each time you exhale, invite release through that left side of the chest and down through the lower body. And then you're going to inhale next, bring the knees up to center. Just take a moment here, take the feet to the floor, perhaps check that you're straight, realign the pelvis, arms out to the side of the body, and then bring the knees in, inhaling. And on your exhalation, take the knees over to the left. Sorry, I always forget my lefts and rights. So knees to the left, check that the right arm's comfy. If it's uncomfy up this high, just take it a bit lower. Hopefully you're not having to look at the screen too much. I hope my instructions are clear enough. You can tell me if they're not. And so again, invite a softening and a release into the lower body. You can turn your head to the right if it feels nice. If it doesn't feel okay, just keep it centered. And as you inhaling and feel expansion in the right side of the chest. And as you exhale, a release through the chest and down through the lower body. Each time you exhale, notice if you can release more through the hips and the knees and the feet, allowing them to move if they need to. And then on your next inhalation, bring the knees up to center. Give the knees a hug in. Take a few breaths here, hugging the knees in. Soften through all the muscles of the face, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. And then very gently you can roll onto your right side. Use your hands to push yourself up. And that's us done for this evening. So a short practice just to move into the larger muscles of the legs. If you've been sitting or standing all day, it should be useful. Bit of movement into the shoulders. And if you want to lie back down, then lie back down for a few minutes and perhaps